Hello, I'm Natasha Duarte, and I'm here today with Dr. Kristen Allott, Ambrosia Eberhardt, and Heather Cantamessa. We're talking a little bit about the Parents for Parents program in Spokane, Washington. The Parents for Parents program is designed to lend support to parents who have had their children removed from their care by Child Protective Services. In this program, parents who have successfully navigated the child welfare dependency court system and have been reunified with their children provide support to parents who are currently involved in dependencies. The following is a short clip of a longer interview with Heather and Ambrosia about how the Parents for Parents program came to Spokane and how they've been integrating Protein for All, a program that provides education and resources to help optimize brain function during high-stakes events, like navigating the legal system while experiencing challenges such as food insecurity, homelessness, or high levels of stress.
2008, we got a bunch of stakeholders in the community and invited them to this idea. There was this parent-led movement happening, and we wanted it in Spokane. 30 stakeholders showed up like it was a full house. And those are some of the same stakeholders that are sitting at the table at our Spokane Parent Advocacy Network meetings today. Scary to get together and talk about the reality and the shame and the pain that comes from being involved in the child welfare system.
Bringing that to light and having the spotlight on you again, even if it was in a different way, was horrifying to me. I would have lived happily ever after at that time, just moving on, being a good mom, and never getting involved again.
A person working as one of the advocates found me at a local yearly event and seen me with my kids, and they were my PCAP worker back in 2000 when I was navigating my case. And she's like, "Hey, you look healthy. You look like you're doing well. Your family looks happy. We need you."
Everybody really wanted to call the Dependency 101 class HOPE, and it stands for Helping Other Parents Engage. It's the same class, different name. Like things that you just can't explain, you just know it works. Right. Like Parents for Parents, like approaching parents in this empowering way. Right. Where you're seeing the best in them you're reflecting the best from you to them. Yeah. And they're like, "What? You're like me, but you look like them." But no. And how? And you plant that seed. This is not all in vain. This is for the greater good, not just of your family, but of other families. There's just certain missing links along these ideas when they come into practice. When we meet parents in the lobby and we offered them just to even the playing field by being human and normalizing what they're going through when they're in this shame spiral, and then they're just shell of a being and in this really scary complex system, and we would offer them connection. Really, that's really what we're offering them. And empathy and compassion, which can be very, very lacking in the child welfare system. So we offer them the connection, but there was something missing. And we thought, okay, well, maybe if we bring them a planner, maybe if we come to them, we offer them some information, we ask them a little bit of information in return, and we normalize this, and we build rapport with them and offer them support and education and a tool, resources. So we're nurturing them. Maybe, okay, so maybe that'll be enough, right? Like, and for them to get inspired and move on. And we notice sometimes it works with some parents, but not with others. And, some parents are very reachable and others aren't. We were designing this program is what was happening. I met you at Children's Justice Conference in Seattle in 2015. So we go in, and then boom, you have like food at the door and handouts at the door. And I'm like, yes, this is what it's all about. We need to meet them right at the door with food and information so they can actually absorb the information. It made perfect sense to me.
What do you actually see in those moments? We all understand compassion is going to help and empathy is going to help. And that's all really important. People really don't believe how powerful just a protein bar can be.
And maybe it's because it's so simple that for me, when I approach a parent and seek to connect with them and empower them, offering them food, it was one of the missing pieces of the interaction. And it was a key piece, because you see the lights go on. Like, you're talking to them and you know that all their defenses are up and they're doing what they need to do to survive that moment. Even though you're an ally, they are, of course, skeptical and unsure on whatever behaviors that they're displaying to armor up for that moment. All of these techniques that we are using and just human behaviors that connect us, that sinks in, and it actually happens pretty quickly. And I know it takes a minute for food to get in your bloodstream, right, and get into your brain. But parents are at court, especially shelter care hearings, for an undetermined amount of time. It could be 1 hour, it could be 5 hours, somewhere along your interaction, but you see it, and they're present, and you can see their wheels turning, and you can see the light in their eyes, and you can see them working things out. I think that we've been able to do a really good job. And I believe Parents for Parents programs across Washington state all have their own style of implementing protein for all and realizing the importance.
We all have some trauma. And certainly working within the dependency court, you are going to pick up secondary trauma, even if you had a perfect childhood. We all need to feed our brain in order for us to be at our best selves. And I love that Spokane has really made that a cultural thing.
When we started giving protein out at like shelter cares and other hearings, I started to realize that parents' walls went down if I was like, hey, have you ate today? And they're like, no, I haven't eaten in 3 days. And I'm like, do you want a protein bar or a protein shake? And they're like, yes, probably almost 80 to 90% of the times. Yeah, they wanted something. And I ended up realizing there is this universal way that we show love and care is by food within my own family system, within my own community. In other cultures, that's how they do it. Like, they show love and care with food, right? And so why wouldn't we come in and do the same and be modeling that?
We hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about the Parents for Parents and Protein for All programs. To learn more and to get involved, go to proteinforall.org.